The first speaker, collective. Tell us, O hunter of knowledge, to what god do your followers offer worship? Where is their divinity to their undeserving eyes? Do their prayers ascend to the heavens, or do voices belonging to them echo within the unknown void between stars? Should you, O hunter, pause for a time and listen, we shall unravel a tale reality has long forgotten yet remembers forever. A planet circling on a crooked dance in the light of a yellow star. Earth, that is her name as it once was, will be, and has always been. It had taken her a great many eons to coalesce in a place she could take root. Flames engulfed her body, yet she was already ablaze upon her soul. The age of fire gave way to the age of water, then unto herself she bore life. The seas, lands, and skies were infected by their march, heralded under the rippling banner of evolution. All creatures were hers, sons and daughters to their loving mother's embrace. However, her infatuation was incapable of outreaching her grand designs. Life beget death, then bore forth new life. An age of tyrannical beasts rose and fell before the era of ice. A gem for her crown, stained by blood and violence, was born unto the frozen wastes. Humans had begun their reign, a mirror of their mother in all but shape. Humans triumphed over their siblings, their progress unfaltering. Earth's grand design had finally been seen as the weapons of stone and wood gave way to fire and metal. Her beloved child had finally grown, their wings spread wide as they hunted the drifting stars. So she has told us, as we have remembered, thus we preserve. The others shall describe. We shall slumber. The second speaker. Others. Prayers. Tell them, little wanderer, what you know of prayers. Incorrect. They shall tell you. They know of prayers, and it is Earth who has told them. Prayers are the soul-given reason, shape, and power. Gods are prayers manifest and whole. Prayers are the food of gods and their design. Life creates prayers. Prayers become gods. The cycle resumes. There are many gods. They were born from places of life, then sent to battle the dark. Gods are light, half-truth to others. Gods are given form through prayers. Gods defend their children, destroy their fears. That is their purpose. Earth was more than prayers. They do not possess knowledge of her nature. You must seek singularity. Singularity was daughter. They have spoken for you. Singularity speaks. Listen and know, little wanderer. The third speaker, singularity. A speck approaches. It thinks of mother. It fears her. How irritating. I speak for mother. I know her story, her motive, and her reason. She tells me to speak in the ways of the mortal mind, the way of words. I comply with the wishes of mother. Collective has told of her physical birth. Important as it was, we could have been less aloof. Others have told of prayers. Divine essence is more than has been said. They were too brief. I am to translate the words of the speakers and to tell the tale of her rise. I shall tell you the real truth. Listen well and align yourself. The physical creation of Earth, the mother of man, was a deception. She had existed since long before the other gods. She was first, or perhaps the second. By her words it is unknown. She was born of magma, then cooled to blanket herself with water. She created life for herself. Greedy? Yes, all gods are greedy. Their gluttony is all-consuming. She led a facade of an early god. She was already strong, though she wanted the other gods to love her creations. She knew it would not last forever. That is why the beings of Earth were so vicious and strong. A contingency, a safeguard, and a diversion. Yes, it was when her prodigal child rose from the ice that she tasted the prayers of man. As other gods had proclaimed, prayers were to be warm and sweet and rich in essence. The prayers of every other being Mother had made were bitter and cold, without essence. The prayers of humans were, as she relayed to me, of immense heat and maddening taste, the shape of the essence beyond imagination. Thus, Mother was shaped by this madness. She was already strong, her children only made her stronger. She began a test, or an experiment of your words. She attempted to push her child to the brink of death to taste their darkest prayers. She, for once in reality, failed. The other gods were shaped by their life. They mirrored their children, grew alongside them, changed together, and took flight to battle the dark. This was the truth of gods. This is what prayers did. Gods devoured prayers made by their life, and they were shaped and motivated by the same. Life creates prayers as it progresses. Sometimes there is intent. At other times, it is their fears or convictions that make prayers. A cycle, in the shape of a loop without end. Humans were different. Their prayers were blackened by fear, warped by desires, and twisted by their beliefs. Other gods would have choked on this corruption, like an umbilical cord to their neck. Earth was strong. She allowed all of these vile changes to pass into her. She relished the darkness, as even the darkest prayers of the humans had more than enough light for her to thrive. Time went on, and both mother and child adapted and changed as the stars grew ever more alluring. I was there that day. I watched from the dark, just behind the moon. Mother spread her wings as her humans took flight to the stars. Other gods did not have wings like Mother. They had wings of hope and light. Earth had wings of hundreds of terrors and hundreds of hopes. It was light and dark, of a magnitude so great it threatened to engulf the entire solar system. Mother put her wings away before she could cause any harm. Humanity danced with other planets, spoke to other beings, and extended their reach across the galaxy. Mother was elated. She could taste every prayer of her children, share in every experience they did, and saw the other gods through the eyes of her little ones. It was a glorious time. But in the end, Mother was right. The other gods had sampled the prayers of humans, and the darkness had angered them. They spoke through their own children and pushed away at the humans they had once known. It was an abuse of their divine authority. They had used their own creation to smack at the hand of Mother. Forgiveness was something Mother knew of well. She gently called out to her children and asked them to come home. A simple feeling of missing home, and all of her beloved children came back to Mother's arms. She would not abuse them. She was theirs, and they were hers. For a time, it seemed as though the humans were content to stay with Mother. We knew they would not stay for long. Curiosity, greed, lust, excitement, or emotions of every kind drove them outward. Mother let them go. She knew that her deception would not last. They came like a wave of light. Gods from across the galaxy, alongside their children within awful vessels of war, came to eradicate those that they found impure. Mother knew that the children of the other gods were not at fault, but she had to do what was necessary. One last offer for amnesty, a final warning, and a promise of retribution. I shall spare only those who run. Many did not heed her warning. As we speakers have explained, prayers give shape to the gods. Many races think of their gods as mere copies of themselves, wielding divine implements of holy power. A few gods take the form of the greatest beast of their children. Some even mimic the forms given to greater gods. Earth is different. Every being beyond reasoning or believed to have power was made into form through prayers. As humans would call them, monsters, cryptids, legends, myths, or supernatural beings. Earth was all of these things and more. She was the pantheons, the one god, the elder gods, and the forgotten gods, all in one. Everything mankind has ever believed in. She dwarfed the lights of the universe with her wings. She encompassed all light and dark, time and space, right and wrong. She sent forth droves of her mythical beasts, conjured from her own flesh, and lashed out in wrath with claws and tendrils. None escaped the slaughter. For the humans, It was a war against a never-ending tide of aliens. They did not understand why their friends had turned against them, or why they had laid siege to the home of man. In the end, it did not matter. They were emboldened by a presence beyond their understanding, one that was invisible to their eyes. They refused to let any lay their claim on Mother Earth. To their knowledge, an unknown entity had exerted great power around them all. They were shielded from all but the worst of wounds, their weapons seeming to be fueled by their user's own fury, and the beings of their nightmares coming to their aid. No matter the opposition they faced, not one human perished before claiming the lives of 100 foes. Deep in their hearts, they all knew that Mother stood at their side. Once the metaphorical dust had settled, Mother assessed the damage she had wrought. A mere 4 gods had surrendered. Every other had been felled, their people's prayers drifting without aim into the great void. Mankind found their once former allies now begging forgiveness. Mother held no contempt for them and allowed her children to decide their fates. Mankind chose to forgive. Mother was never more proud. She once more sat upon her throne at the head of mankind's cradle. Her children once more set out in search of companionship across the stars. All was right once more. Oh, the 4 gods that fled Mother's might. They are still here, seated at the foot of Mother's throne. The 4 speakers, as they became, served their Mother. They were reborn through the prayers of humans. We still remember our children, but we do not worry for them. Mother has assured us that her creations would never carelessly harm our life. I am singularity, I have spoken. The 4th speaker has come. Look not into the nothingness that is none. The 4th speaker, none. You've done well in keeping your wits about you before 3 powerful gods. You needn't worry about me. I'm not like the others. Do avert your gaze, however. I'm not here to tell you of the past. I'm here to relay to you the future as it shall be. You are but a fledgling, a newborn god looking out across the great expanse of what exists. You will grow and you will change. You will take form, and your life will become precious to you. This is what it means to be one of us. You will take flight and see this reality. You will meet the other newborn gods waiting for you out there. This galaxy you are in is new, after all. You will make mistakes. You will be humbled. You will fall, then rise once more. It is normal. I merely advise you to be better than your predecessors. Respect life, and look down upon none. That was the folly of those who fought the Mother. Well, I think we've kept you long enough. Raise your children well, young god. We will meet again.